Hi everyone and welcome to our HR Trends video for 2024, the year in which we will say goodbye to work-life balance. Want to find out why? Stay tuned. My name is Nelly Verlinden and I'm here with Eric van Vulpen, founder of AIHR.
We are incredibly excited to bring you this list of 11 trends for 2024. HR is changing and so is the way we operate.
We've identified the HR trends that will impact the way we work in 2024. We've categorized these trends into 3 overarching themes that will help us better understand the forces shaping the world of work.
Nearly this is the 4th year that we're bringing this out, and I think this version is our best version yet. But before we dive into the trends and the themes, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button.
Let's get started with our first theme, HR realigning priorities. Environmental shifts, legislative changes, and societal movements are driving a major transformation in HR, putting traditional HR frameworks and priorities under scrutiny. Our first trend within this theme is called resolving the productivity paradox.
Over the past decade, organizations have invested in interventions for employee engagement, experience, and well-being. On top of that, technological advancements let us automate tasks and augment decision-making. And although we feel busier than ever, productivity has stagnated. And now it's time for HR to step in. Australia, Britain, Canada, but also the Gulf countries and the Euro area have seen minimum productivity gains. With unemployment at its lowest level since World War II, an aging workforce and a chronic lack of digital and technical skills, productivity increases are needed to raise salaries and guarantee employment. The greatest contribution HR can make to workers and the organization in 2024 is improving productivity. HR can do this by formulating strategies to measure and improve performance and rewarding behaviors that drive productivity. Data plays a key role here. Think of the triple peak day that Microsoft introduced that showed that productivity went up between 6 and 8 p.m. and then designed strategies to support this. Or Shopify's meeting cost calculator, which tried to reduce the time spent in meetings by calculating their financial cost. Finally, generative AI also offers a solution. A recent study shows that ChatGPT increases productivity on writing tasks by 37% and work quality by 20%.
Our next trend provides a relatively underutilized approach to solve today's lack of available workers and is called HR tapping into the hidden workforce. While we've never had so much work and so few available workers, there's a massive hidden workforce that does not participate but is willing and able to work under the right conditions. This includes caregivers, neurodiverse people, ex-inmates, people with no degree, some retirees, and people with long-term health problems. Did you know, Eric, that in the US alone, this group is around 25 million people? In 2024, we cannot ignore this hidden workforce. HR will remove obstacles to work and intentionally seek out this forgotten workforce. Policies will include more inclusive benefits, flexible working arrangements, a fluid retirement age, increased office accessibility, and promoting a culture that values diversity. Technology will also play a role through personalized onboarding and learning, real-time feedback, and on-demand pay platforms. Unlocking the hidden workforce as a new external talent pool is a great opportunity to promote equity and inclusion by removing barriers to work and creating systemic equity. And that, Eric, is what our next trend is about, titled The Point of No Return for DEIB.
Diversity, equity, inclusion and belonging, or DEIB, has reached a tipping point. With the Supreme Court striking down affirmative action and DEIB roles being hit the hardest in the recent tech layoffs, we need to reinvent how we approach DEIB in our organizations. Think, for example, of Nike sparking controversy by supporting Black Lives Matter, while less than 10% of their vice presidents are black. Or Target cancelling its Sprite collection because of backlash, only to create even more backlash because they cancelled it and losing 5% in quarterly sales as a result. We believe that 2024 will see a new form of DEIB, which we call systemic DEIB. Systemic DEIB means that companies will consolidate their efforts and focus their DEIB initiatives on issues that the company and its employees care about, with proof points to back up their position. Once these proof points are clear, systemic DEIB will take targeted action on these issues. Our last strand that showcases HR's realigned priorities is HR driving climate change adaptation.
New regulations in the US, EU, and UK are forcing companies to report on climate-related business risks. This sustainability agenda is often handed to HR, which is why we see organizations renaming their CHRO role as the Chief People and Sustainability Officer. In line with this, sustainability metrics are being added to the HR scorecard. Changing weather patterns lead to organizational risk. Think of flooding and power outages impacting business continuity, or how heat waves affect day-to-day work. For HR to help minimize disruption and productivity loss, it should focus on how the organization can best adapt to climate change. This starts with a climate risk audit and setting up a council on business continuity and disaster recovery in case of floods and other natural disasters, but also implementing labor practices that accommodate extreme weather. Through climate change adaptation, HR can ensure business continuity and take better care of workers.
That brings us to our second theme for this 2024 HR Trends edition, which is about HR operating model changes. But this is not the only major change that will hit HR, so stay tuned till the end of the video to find out more. As HR realigns its priorities, the way HR operates will also evolve. In 2024, HR will deliver more value by bundling its services, speaking up, and learning how to influence perception. So let's dive into the next trend, which is called From Silos to Solutions.
More and more we see traditional HR silos breaking down into solution areas. Functional areas like organizational development, organization design, HR strategy, and change management will become one solution area called strategy, advisory, and transformation. Similarly, we will see an integration of employer branding, talent acquisition, candidate experience, talent insights, and employee experience into what will be called awareness and attraction. This allows a full integration of the candidate and new hire experience, ensuring we can deliver on the employer brand promise made to candidates once they are hired. A successful integration of these silos will improve the candidate and employee experience and decrease first-year attrition. In each of these solution areas, the traditional HR functions work together to deliver impact. Next to this bundling of HR functions, we will also see the skills profile of HR professionals change. Every HR professional will need skills like data literacy and business partnering, as they are essential to driving business results.
Driving business results brings us to our next trend, which is called HR leans in. HR is a profession that deserves respect, is backed by data and robust science, and is practiced by knowledgeable individuals who wholeheartedly chose a career in HR. But that's not how we see ourselves. 73% of HR leaders think their team focuses primarily on processes, and 63% of C-suite leaders see HR's role as administrative. That's why we see recent layoffs disproportionately hitting HR professionals. 2024 is the year in which HR will lean in and show others that it is vital to organizational success. This requires us to be clear on the value we provide, what we do, and what we do not do. And with that, become HR first and make our voices heard when it comes to strategic business topics. Becoming HR first also means standing up for ourselves and investing in our own enablement and empowerment through career paths, upskilling, and prioritizing our own well-being. This will also change our language. 2024 is the year in which we'll stop saying that I'm in HR because I want to work with people. We are in HR because we drive business results, and we drive those results through helping people.
Do you know what else we drive through people, Eric? Our YouTube subscribers. Did you know that 85% of the people who watch our videos are not yet subscribed to our channel? If you made it this far into the video, you're interested in HR content, so make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and help us reach as many HR professionals as possible. The third way in which HR's operating model is changing is a trend we call HR meets PR. The employee experience has become a public good. Every email Elon Musk sends his staff is guaranteed to be published on the internet. People share their experiences of being fired on LinkedIn or TikTok. And we know the remote work policies for companies like Zoom, JP Morgan, and Goldman Sachs, because any policy change makes headlines. In 2024, the battle in the court of public opinion will not be fought by PR or marketing alone, but also by HR and how we craft and communicate policies. This means that transparent and fair HR policies will become a strategic asset. HR departments will have to actively manage public expectations while communicating clearly and delivering on their employee promise internally.
That brings us to our third and final theme for this trends video, which is HR as a force for good. This theme is about the unique opportunity that HR has in 2024 to drive business results through better employee practices. This theme contains our last 4 trends, starting with the AI-empowered workforce. The meteoric rise of generative artificial intelligence like ChatGPT has rocked our world. Generative AI promises higher productivity, better work quality, and lower cost of production for the organization. Early data show that generative AI is reducing the gap between high performers and low performers. So enabling the workforce to leverage AI might be the best thing HR can do to improve performance. Generative AI can also empower employees to spend less time on operational work and more on the creative, strategic and interpersonal aspects of their role. HR will play a key role in ensuring organizations can safely benefit from generative AI. They'll do this by removing barriers to use, training employees on how to leverage AI, and adding safeguards for the responsible use of data and IP.
Another way in which HR can empower employees and drive impact is through our next trend: shifting work-life balance to work-life fit. Eric, I wonder how many fancy synonyms you know for the term disengaged employees.
Well, there's quiet quitting, there's lazy girl jobs, there is laying flat, and there's bailan. All these words show that our relationship with work and with our employers has changed. Different people want different things from work. Some of us don't mind working 60 hours a week, while others may prefer a 4-day work week or just work 9 to 5 and prefer to spend the rest of their day with their loved ones or on their pet projects. We will move away from work-life balance to accommodate what people want from work, something that we call work-life fit. HR will help organizations accommodate these different expectations from work and help strike the balance between flexibility and fairness. This means identifying what people want from work, facilitating these ambitions and equipping managers to accommodate them. If managed well, work-life fit can create a renewed relationship with work, where work helps people flourish and fulfill their personal ambitions. As AI is impacting how we do our work and work-life fit allows people to fulfill their personal ambitions, work can become more meaningful. This brings us to our next trend, which probably has the spiciest title of them all: the end of BS jobs.
Yes, Eric, I think this must indeed be the most controversial title of all. A recent study in 47 countries showed that 17% of workers doubt the usefulness of their jobs, with 19% of US workers finding their jobs socially useless. People in meaningless jobs are dissatisfied, less productive, and more likely to burn out. With the rise of AI and automation and the changes they bring to how work is done, job design has become more important. But often, we give limited attention to whether the job we designed will be meaningful for the individual. This needs to change. We can design better jobs by improving management quality, removing unnecessary hierarchy, and ensuring that workers see how they contribute to what the organization is trying to achieve.
This brings us to our final trend for 2024, which is called from talent acquisition to talent access. Younger generations value opportunity to learn and grow, interest in the type of work, and opportunities for advancements when looking for jobs. On top of that, 48% of organizations identified improving talent progression and promotion as key business practices to increase the availability of talent. In a historically tight labor market, HR will focus on talent access over talent acquisition. This means rethinking traditional career paths, enabling and promoting internal growth and mobility, and better delivering on employee expectations to retain talent.
That's right, Eric. I think this trend sums up much of what we've already discussed in this video, as HR delivers more value to employees by adding purpose, removing barriers to work, and breaking internal functional silos to deliver a better employee experience, hence making jobs more meaningful and enjoyable. And that brings us to the end of this video. Let us know in the comments down below which trend you're excited about and what other trends you're seeing in your organization. And if you want to read more about these trends, check out the full HR Trends article, which we will link in the description of this video. And if you haven't done so already, like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Thank you very much for joining us for this year's edition of HR Trends. We hope you'll have a brilliant day. Bye-bye!
Bye.